Hello student, welcome back in understanding the exploratory data analysis session. I'm Dr. Alifia Jagdar, Assistant Professor of Abidananda Senior College. So in this particular session, we are going to cover the topics such as types of exploratory data analysis, the tools and the advantages of using EDA. There are three main types of EDA: univariate, bivariate and multivariate. The univariate itself defines itself uni, that is single variable, and all data is collected is for it. So there is no cause and effect relationship at all. For example, data shows products produced each month for 12 months. Okay, so that is univariate. I'm going to produce the detail about the products which is produced each month for 12 months. So 12 months. In bivariate, bi means two variables. So here the outcome is dependent on two variables, the age of an employee, while the relation with it is compared with two variables, that is salary earned and expenses per month. So my output will depend on two variables. Then it's multivariate. Yeah, outcome is more than two, that is type of product and quantity sold against the product price, advertising expenses and discounts offered. The analysis of data is done on variables that can be numerical or categorical. Okay, the result of analysis can be represented in numerical values, visualization or graphical form. Okay, univariate non-graphical. It is the simplest of all types of data analysis. As the name suggests, uni means only one variable which is considered, whose data is compiled and studied. Main aim of univariate non-graphical EDA is to find out the details about the distribution of the population data and know some specific parameters of statistic. The significant parameters which will estimate from the distribution point of view are: first is central tendency. This is referring to the values located at the data's central position or middle zone. The three generally estimated parameters are mean, median and mode. Mean means it is the average of all the values in the data. Mode is the value that occurs maximum number of times, that is frequency. And median is middle value with the equal observation to its left and right. So that is called as mean, median and mode. Range is the difference between the maximum and minimum value in the data, which will indicate how much the data is away from the central value on the higher and the lower side. Okay, for example, your profit, a certain margin has been set by the companies, and after a month when you observe that your profit is very high, so that is where we check how far is my point or how below is my point. So that will describe me how much profit I have earned in positive or negative terms. Variance and standard deviation. Variance is a measure of dispersion that indicates the spread of all data points in the data set, that is how far they vary, okay, how far they spread out. Then dispersion, it is a measure of dispersion mostly used in mean squared difference between each data point and mean, while standard deviation is the square root value of it. The larger the value of standard deviation, the farther is the spread, the larger is the spread of data, while low value indicates more values clustering near the mean. Okay, that means my points have not traveled far, they are somewhere near to my main point. Univariate graphical. Now here graphical is shown in different types. The first is stem and leaf plots. This is very simple but powerful EDA method which is going to use to display the quantitative data but in the shortened form. Okay, it will display only the values in the data set and keeping each observation intact but separating them as stem, that is digits, and remaining or trailing digits as leaves, but histogram is mostly used in its place now. Histograms are bar charts. These are used to display both grouped and ungrouped data. On the x-axis, values of variables are plotted, while on the y-axis, number of observations of frequencies are plotted. Histograms are very simple and quick to understand, and it will tell you about the values of data like central tendency, dispersions, outliers. And its simplest and fundamental graph is a histogram, which is a bar plot with each bar representing the frequency, that is the count of proportion of various values. There are three types of histograms. First is simple bar chart, which is used to represent categorical variables with rectangular bars with different lengths and corresponding values to the variables. Multiple or group charts, which will represent multiple sets of data items for comparison, wherein single color is used to denote one specific series in the data set. Percentage bar chart, where the data is depicted in the form of percentage for each observation. Box plot, they are used to display distribution of quantitative value in the data. If the data consists of categorical variable, the plot can show the comparison between them. If outliers are present in the data, they can be easily identified. The graphs are very useful for comparison of percentage like values 25%, 50% and 75% quartiles. So your box plot is divided into three quartiles, okay, 25, 50 and 75. Multivariate non-graphical. Your multivariate means it shows the connection between two or more variables with the help of either cross tabulation or statistic. The categorical data, an extension of tabulation called cross tabulation, is extremely useful. For two variables, cross tabulation is preferred by making two-way table with column headings that match the amount of one variable and row heading that match the amount of opposite two variables. Then we fill the counts with all subjects and share equivalent pair of levels. For each categorical value and one quantitative variable, we can generate statistical information. Okay, we can then compare the statistic across the number of categorical variables. Graphs are used in multivariate graphical data to show relationship between two or more variables, and the outcome depends on two or more variables, while changing cause variables can also be multiple. Some common types of multivariate graphics include scatter plot. If you see the scatter plot, the points, the bubbles are spread throughout your graph, okay, and some bubbles are clustered together or they are bounded together. So that is going to show me how much my sales has been done. For example, the EDA technique for two quantitative variable is the scatter plot. So it is x-axis. One variable will appear on x-axis, the other will appear on the y-axis. Therefore, the point for every case in your dataset can be used for bivariate analysis. Multivariate chart. This is it is used to monitor two or more interrelated processes, and the beneficial in situations such as process control where engineers are likely to benefit from using multivariate chart. It will allow monitoring multiple parameters together into single chart. The notable advantage is that they will help minimize total number of control charts for organizational process. Run chart, in another word, run chart is also called as visually illustrating the process performance or data values in the time sequence. Rather than summary statistic, it will see the data across time yields or more accurate conclusion. A trend chart or time series plot is another name for the run chart. The plot below will depict dummy value of sales over a period of time. So run chart is also called as time series plot. Bubble chart. Bubble chart is nothing but it will display multiple circles in two-dimensional plot. They are used to assess the relationship between three or more numerical variables. It will, in a bubble chart, every single dot will correspond to one data point and the values of the variables. For each points are indicated by different positions such as horizontal, vertical, dot size and dot colors. The next is heat map, where you're going to have a data structure as a matrix of columns and rows. Heat map is going to transform the correlation matrix of color coding, and it will represent the coefficient to visualize the strength of the correlation among variables. It is best for assisting the best features suitable for building your accurate machine learning models. So heat map can be best tool for building your machine model. Different exploratory analysis tools. First is Python. It is used to find out missing values in data collection, data description, handling outliers, obtaining insights through charts. The syntax for EDA libraries like matplotlib, pandas, Seaborn, NumPy, and more Python is fairly simple and easy to use for beginners. You can find open source package in Python such as Detail, AutoVis, Pandas profiling, etc. They can automate the entire EDA process and save time. The next is R programming. It is regularly used option to make statistical observation and analyze data. It will perform detailed EDA by data scientists and statisticians like Python. R is also an open source language suitable for statistical computing and graphics. Apart from common libraries like ggplot, leaflet, lattice, there are several powerful libraries such as Data Explorer, Smart EDA, ggalley, etc. MATLAB. MATLAB is also a very well-known commercial tool among engineers since it is very strong mathematical calculation ability. Advantages: it is going to help me gain insight into underlying trends and patterns. The EDA will assist data analysts in identifying trends quickly through data visualization using various graphs such as box plot, histogram, and business also expect to make some unexpected discoveries in the data while performing EDA, which is going to help me to improve my existing business strategies. Second, it is improved understanding of variables. Data analysts can significantly improve their comprehension of many factors that are related to data set. Using EDA, they can extract various information such as averages, mean, maximum, minimum, and more information is required for pre-processing the data. Better pre-process data to save time. EDA can assist data analysts in identifying significant mistakes, abnormalities, missing values. Handling the above entities for any organization before beginning a full study, it is going to help me ensure correct pre-processing of data or may help to save significant amount of time by avoiding mistakes later on. Make data-driven decisions. The most significant advantage of employing EDA is organizing is that it will help business to improve their understanding of data. It is also use the available tools to extract critical insights, and it will make conclusion which can assist in making decision based on the insights from the EDA. Thank you so much for watching.